Hi everybody, it's Snowflake. If you're like me, you have gathering classes all leveled at 70, and you're looking to cap those out at 80. Well, these are the things that I'm doing in the meantime to try to boost those up to level 80, but I'm not looking to get there immediately tomorrow. I just want to preference that right off the bat. So these are, I think these 5 things? 5 things that I'm looking forward to in this next expansion. One of the first things I do each day is I go to my Grand Company Provision Officer person and make sure I turn in both the gathering, like for mining, and botany every single day. From the video right here, you can see I already turned in the mining one, but right now I have 10 white oak logs to turn in for botany. So that's the thing I need to turn in. I will show you right here. It's a big, huge boost. It's a no-brainer to even do, honestly. So that right there, it says for normal quality, when you turn it in, it's 1.3 million in experience points per day. Per day. So we're gonna go ahead and turn that in. And it says, are you sure you want to turn in high quality? Yes, we do. So what it's going to do is it's actually going to give you 2 times the experience reward for that. So I'm actually going to get 2.6 mil in experience. And you can see that in the bottom where my experience is. It should be jumping up. Oh. If I switch over to botany. So I'm not that far off. I'm only 1 million away from leveling up at this point. When you're done with that, you can come over to your quartermaster right here. It's right next to the person you're just talking to. And look to see what different items you can get. You can come over here for ventures, so you can actually have your retainers go out for you. That's another benefit right there. You can also come down to the XP scrolls at this point and look and see that you can get the crafting and the gathering XP scrolls right here. So you can get them from at this level right here, where you get a 50% boost up to a maximum of 50,000 points, or I believe it's down here where you get a 50% boost up to 100,000 points, and that's in gathering, or that's in both gathering and crafting right here. Not to mention you can also get cordials in here. Another thing we can do is we can take a look at all the entries in the challenge log to help boost us up also. So, well, let's bring that up really quick here for gathering and crafting. So we're only looking at gathering right now. So for gathering, it says gather 100 items of comparable items to my level. So I got 874,000 experience points for that. And it also says gather high quality versions and make those 30. And I also got another 8,700 thousand for that. So that's also another way that's super easy to make experience points, but you can only get that 1 time per week, and it resets on Tuesday. Next up, I open the menu for custom deliveries. Before 5.0, this pig guy actually gave you more experience points per item turned in, but that's not the case now. So what I do is I come through here and open this up and see which ones are actually given the bonus today, or this week. I don't know if it's per day or per week. I'm sure somebody's going to correct me. So if we come on this is going to give 1.7 million experience points. Okay, that's the base one. That's the base amount of XP that everybody gives out. So this one actually gives a bonus, so that's 2.6 mil. Okay, what else do we got? 1.7. And this is another bonus too, 2.6. So what I would be looking to do is doing this person right here and this one right here. for Zloe, since they are the ones that are actually going to give out the most experience points per turn-in. And usually I make sure to get at least a collectability score of 460 for each one of those items to make sure that I'm getting the most amount of experience points. And seals. When you got all your crafting scripts from your custom deliveries right there, or you have them almost ready to be maxed out, come over to this script exchange person. And what I do is I go into the level 50 ones here, and if I want to get some high cordials, that's available right there, so I can use those to gather more items, like especially for collectibles, which we will talk about later. Another thing is XP scrolls, another thing that's in here also, not to mention the materia that you can also get too. If you also go into the level 70 items, let's see here, scroll down here, you can see that you can also get materia right here too. So these are 6s and 7s, the new ones that were actually added to the game. You can actually get those in preparation for the end game, which you're probably going to meld some stuff onto your gear. That's here also for you. Next up is collectibles. Right now I'm standing in front of the collectible appraiser, and I know I have some items to give her. So one thing in the patch notes, they said anything under level 70 that was pre 5.0 is going to give you a max of 10,000 experience points. As you can see, a lot of these, that's what it caps out at. So anything afterwards, anything that was added into the game from 5.0 on, those actually give you a higher experience points. So right here, you can see I have 3 items to turn in. I had at least 450 collectability on those, so I'm going to turn those in. And you can see for each one, I'm going to get 535,000 experience points per turn in. And I'm also going to get some yellow gatherer scripts too, which we just saw before. You can get cordials, XP scrolls, and materia from those turn-ins. Another thing I forgot to mention, if you want to open up the extra maps that were introduced with 5.0, you're going to want to get a whole bunch of these tokens that you can get with gatherer scripts. And this is located in the yellow scripts under level 70 items. So, come back over here. This is the person that you need to talk to, the Splendor's vendor person. And they're going to need 40 regional folklore trade tokens to open up each of these maps. And lastly, you can also use leaves to actually start boosting up your experience points. So right here, I'm in the Crystarium. I'm at X 9.7, Y 9.0. And the person you want to talk to is this guy. He's on the 2nd floor. So let's talk to him. So I have my miner currently up to level 74. So he's going to give me a couple different options in here. I don't know what each one of these cards stands for, like in the upper right hand corner. I know they do stand for something, like some kind of effect, like what you're supposed to do, but I just don't know yet at this point. If you have an idea, please let me know below. So it's going to pretty much send you out into a location and just start gathering at that point. It's pretty easy. And they're going to give you all the experience points that they say in the rewards. So like on this one, they're going to give 1.4 million in experience, 1,500 gil, and 32 wind crystals at this point. So each of them has a slightly different reward and slightly different requirements to fulfill that. So that's another way to do this. I personally am saving up my leaves to use for crafting at this point. With my main experience points is actually going to come from collectibles on my gathering classes. And if you're worried about your gear, not everybody has the crafted set and melds on top of it like I did coming into 5.0. All you need is to come to this armor, Dodard, however you say his name. He's in the Crystarium at X 8.6, Y 13.4, and he's going to give us a couple different options. For the first one that you can get from him, you have to be at least level 71 to equip any of this gear. So this is an easy way to actually jump in to the 5.0 series and start gathering right here. One thing that was in the last patch is they wanted you to gather one of every item for gathering that you could, and you got like a free weapon to use at that point. That's something you definitely want to go through just at least once per item, whether you're gonna keep on gathering it, yes or no. Some of the items in your gathering log actually have a timer associated to them. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over to gathering, and this item right here, I haven't got it yet. It has question marks. This is our right telling you that it's on a timer inside the game that you can set. So even then, once you have collected it successfully, it gives you this menu. So it says the alarm can actually be set for this item from 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock, and then from 1800 till 20 for you to come out and gather. So you want to right click on this guy, set time for next occurrence. So it says what's going to come across your chat log. So all this stuff should be immediately set. The reminder time, you might want to change that depending on how much of a notice that you want to be given before it actually pops. After all this stuff is set up, go ahead and hit confirm. So now in your chat log, let's see here, let's take this off. In your chat log down here, it says that this has been set for 6 o'clock Eorzean time. A notification will be given 3 minutes prior to that popping. So for the longest time, it actually made a noise inside the computer and actually, or inside the game, and actually shows a message in, where was it at? I think it's in this one. Yep, there it is. Nope. Forgot. So you can see up here, it actually shows a little bell right next to your server. So every single time that hits 6 o'clock Eorzean time, it's actually going to chime. For the longest time, you can't, like, I tried to figure out ways to like disable that. You can't come up here and right click on it. You can't, there's no other ways. You pull up timers and there's nothing in here that actually shows that. So what I ended up having to find out was that it's actually in the actions and traits. It's not in this one. Come down to, is it extras? Yes, it is. So what I do is I take the alarm right here to one of my toolbars, and now you can bring up that option where you see all the different items that you have selected at that point. If you want to add an alarm, go ahead and put them on. This is the text command that you can actually tell the game to give an alarm. I can't remember if I logged back in, if it deleted this out or not. This is just one way that you can just do it automatically without having to do all that other stuff, especially with queue times being the way they are just to get into the game. So Once here, you can click on this. To get that, I left clicked. If I right click, same menu. So I can edit it, come back in here, change what I want. Let's say I want to make it 1 minute. Confirm. Okay, now it's 1 minute before. 1 minute prior. If I just want to delete it, I can do that also. And now I don't have any alarms here, and the bell icon just disappeared up there also. As a comparison, you might want to know what my stats are currently right now. So, here are my stats. So, I have 1540 in gathering, 1531 in perception, and 676 for GP. Are these exactly where I want them to be? Sure, why not for this patch? It's just starting off. So, with the tips I explained earlier, I am currently at these levels right here. I am 74 miner, 74 botanist. So, that's how I got to the point that I'm at right now. If you have any tips or tricks, please leave them in the notes below. This has been Snowflake, and thanks for watching.